So, with the way Jayden Daniels has been playing so far in his NFL career, is he already a lock to win Rookie of the Year with how the rest of the QB class has looked so far? I think it's a pretty good question, and it definitely looks that way, so let's get into the details. Now, I feel like the only thing that would really prevent him from running away with this trophy by the year's end would be sustaining an injury at some point this year and missing some time. Definitely when I'm watching him, every time he scrambles, makes a run, I definitely hold my breath a little, not gonna lie. His frame is just really slender, which I think is pretty cool. That a guy that skinny can be a pretty good quarterback so far. I was going to say an elite quarterback, but he's not there just yet. But a pretty good quarterback. I don't know. To me, that's just kind of like an inspirational kind of thing, especially for the kids. You know, like you don't have to be the biggest guy out there. You don't have to be naturally a freak physically. You can be as skinny as Jayden Daniels and still be an NFL caliber player. So I think it's pretty cool from that perspective. But yeah, so far, Jayden Daniels, for some reason, doesn't like to slide, even though we did see him slide one time against the Bengals, which is good progression and improvement in that area. So that's exciting and good news if you're a Commanders fan, if you're a Jayden Daniels fan. But yeah, man, I really feel like the only way he doesn't win this is just some sort of injury. I don't see him really falling off a cliff anytime soon. He's looked really good his first three games, really good. And I know maybe it hasn't been the stiffest competition just yet, but the NFC East in general is just a good place for him to play this year, and I don't see his game really taking a major hit, especially Cliff Kingsbury. I touched on this a few videos ago when I talked about other rookie QBs. Having Cliff there as the OC with just a ton of experience with the mobile type quarterbacks, even back in his college days, just Cliff is the dude. I really like Cliff, and Jayden Daniels has to be really thankful that he's his OC, and I don't see his game falling off anytime soon, man. But like I said, just an injury is going to do it. Let me know if you agree with me. I don't really think it's a hot take at all, but let me know. I'm still curious. So, as of right now on the sports books, he is currently the favorite to win it at plus 160. And, shout out to all the people that took advantage of the better odds before the year started. I know Caleb was obviously the favorite. I think that's dead in the water unless something miraculous happens with that O-line and Eberflus and Shane Waldron. I really think the season for the Chicago Bears is more or less kind of what we've seen so far. I really don't expect them to make the playoffs. I really think we all bought into the hype a little bit too much. If you called it, if you thought that the Bears weren't going to be that good this year, shout out to you, but I was definitely a victim of the hype, especially like the preseason, just some of the throws he made. I'm a victim of it. I'm not afraid to say it, but yeah, I just think Caleb is gonna. I'm sure he'll show improvement as the year goes on, but will he survive with how that O-line is and just the coaching too, man? It's not helping at all. I really am questioning the majority of the plays they're calling in certain situations. I mean, that red zone catastrophe that happened against the Colts, 4 straight runs with Khalil Herbert, when your run game is completely terrible and each RB is averaging 2.3 yards per carry. Like, he's a rookie quarterback. You need a bit of help with the run game. DeAndre Swift, Herbert, Johnson, Homer, everyone involved, man. Just like help him out a little bit. But yeah, man, I think Caleb is definitely not going to win this award. I just think he needs to just learn as much as he can this year, stay healthy, not develop any bad habits, not have your confidence completely shot, and then just try to run it back next year. Get ready for next year, get pissed off for next year, get a new OC, get a new head coach, get Eberflus out of there. Again, another boneheaded call he made this past week. He elected to go for a field goal when 56 yards is clearly out of Santos's range. Like, come on, bro. It doesn't take a genius to see that Santos is accurate, but he doesn't have the biggest leg in the world. Even I knew he wasn't going to make that kick, and I'm not at practice every day. I don't know the guy personally. I'm just a fan. I just watch him. Like, come on, bro. And then before that, the Sunday Night Football game, just making a boneheaded, obvious challenge against something that was clearly out of bounds. I just don't think Eberflus is that guy. They got to get a new guy in there. Mike Vrabel is definitely a very interesting candidate. I think he fits the persona of the Bears franchise a lot, and I think that'd be a must-have hire for them. That'd be really exciting, but we'll see what happens there. For the rest of the rookies that could win Offensive Rookie of the Year, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. Malik is plus 240 right now, and Marvin is plus 375. I think by the tail end of this year, Marvin may surpass him, just because I believe in Kyler Murray a lot more than Danny Dimes. Clearly, I think everybody would agree with that opinion. But man, Malik has looked pretty elite so far, and it's just even more impressive with a quarterback like Danny Dimes. So I can't even imagine what he would be like right now if he was with a legit quarterback. It would be probably stunning, the numbers he would be putting up in his first 3 games. He's already had an incredible start to the year, man. I think that guy could be top 5, maybe top 3 really, really soon. Just a really, really impressive player. And Marvin didn't have the best debut, but bounced back the past few weeks. I think Marvin's going to be a dude that is just going to put up solid numbers with Kyler for many years. He has just insane body control and speed. It's really art watching that dude play. He just has a really, really pretty game in my opinion. But yeah, besides Jayden Daniels, those two are the most likely to win it. Obviously, quarterback is a harder position than being a wide receiver in the NFL, so even if Malik Neighbors puts up insane numbers, if Jayden Daniels just does pretty good or he takes the Commanders to the playoffs, Jayden Daniels would still probably win Rookie of the Year. Just how it is. 4th place right now, as it stands, Caleb Williams is the most likely to win Rookie of the Year, plus 650, and then Bo Nix, Brock Bowers, Carson Steele, Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, man, I really think it's down to those 3 right now. If you have a lot of money to kind of play with, why not put like $500 on Jayden Daniels plus 160? Kind of risky at this point in the year just because of the injury aspect of it, but I really think he's a lock, man. But yeah, Brock Bowers is another guy. If he had another quarterback, like just someone better than the Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell duo, I would maybe have a little faith that he could maybe sneak in the conversation by the end of the year for maybe being Rookie of the Year. But it's just that offense, I don't really hold a lot of value with them. I just if he had a better quarterback for sure, I would maybe have a little more faith that he could sneak in there. But regardless, Brock Bowers seems like a pretty good pick for the Raiders. So Raiders fans, it's all good. You gotta be pretty happy with his play so far. But yeah, let me know what y'all think is gonna happen. Jayden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. for Rookie of the Year. Let me know what y'all think. And I'm curious too, did any of you guys not buy into the Bears hype? Because I feel like the majority of the population definitely did. I know there's always haters out there, and I know specifically with how Caleb's personality has kind of been spotlighted since being a draft prospect with the painted nails, the feminine side, and whatnot. I know that definitely brought some, scrutiny out of the woodworks, but I'm curious if just any of y'all called this. So let me know in the comments below. But yeah, man, that's all I got for right now. Peace.
Opportunities, and they are taking advantage of it. The Ravens guessed right on the defensive side that time. They thought it was going to be a run play. They were all over, and they got it in the backfield and made the tackle.
We've hit the 2-minute warning in the second half. No doubt about it. Put 3 on the board.
The clutch kick and the 3 points, and virtually everyone here knows that that clinched it. Yes, that did it, Jim. Now you can just take a deep breath knowing all that hard work during the week. The ball is fumbled.
And he's brought to the ground.